What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another GeForce Now News Thursday. We have 9 games for you this week on the list, plus another game we want to talk about that will be joining on release next week that I'm pretty excited to get into as well. So let's go ahead and get into it this week, starting with that one game that's coming next week that isn't on today's list. Dead Rising is getting a Deluxe Remaster Edition that's coming out next week, September 19th, that will be supported here on GeForce Now. We'll have it on next week's list, and maybe I'll do some gameplay or something of that one. This is a game that I played when it came out back in, 2006 or so, and I played on the Xbox 360, and it was pretty popular, at least for me and my friends back then, and the whole zombie genre and that type of thing. So it was really cool. I'm really excited to check this one out with the redone graphics, voice acting, some quality of life improvements, and all that kind of stuff. So look forward to that, but yeah, this will be supported here on GFN when it comes out. All right, let's get into the list of 9 games that we've got for this week, and the first one is now officially out with Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Now, GeForce Now had this available on the early access. I've already played through the entirety of the game on GeForce Now before the release date of September 9th, but the original version is out now, the standard version, and you're able to play that on GeForce Now. This is definitely one of my top games for 2024. I would say right now my 2 top games for all of 2024 are Black Myth Wukong, Space Marine 2, of which both have been on GeForce Now. They've really been getting a lot of the top great games this year. Next up, we have a racing game I've actually really been looking forward to on Steam for September 12th, and that's Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I actually got the early access to this too and have already been playing it on GeForce Now. It's not super easy to run on lower end hardware, so it is really nice to be playing it over on GFN. And the game itself so far isn't too bad. I definitely understand the mixed reviews, and it has had some server issues in its first week and that kind of thing. But this one is one I'm looking forward to getting into more with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown here on GeForce Now. Our third game is also over on Steam. This came out in August. It's an early access game with Dawn of Defiance. You're a defier subject to the mythic plot across ruined isles. In this Greek myth-inspired survival craft, ascend from weak soldier to godlike anti-hero. Build impressive Greek structures, craft and upgrade your gear, and face down the trials of gods with up to 3 friends. There's actually a lot of positive reviews for this one, but I've never actually checked it out yet. Our fourth game is over on Xbox's Game Pass, and this came out, I believe it was back in August as well, with Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. I actually played through a lot of this game, and while I was really looking forward to it, it really just didn't click or hit with me. There was just a lot of things about the game that just didn't work for me, but it was pretty cool. I did enjoy it in the beginning. Some of you might like it. Definitely good to see this version of it here supported on GFN. And our fifth game here is over on Epic and originally came out August 2023 with Fort Solis. It's a uniquely singular cinematic experience kind of game. The story is told across 4 different chapters. It's kind of like a Netflix series kind of thing, and it can be basically played through in one go if you really want to. It's just that kind of experience here. Not a super expensive game, typically on sale. You can get it on Epic right now for about $15 if you want to check it out. Next up, we have King Arthur over on Steam. This came out this year, 2024, in May. It's a $20 game. Dive into a unique blend of turn-based tactics and character-centric RPGs. Lead the skilled Roman tribune Julius Mento as he navigates through the dark fantasy realm of Avalon. There's like 400 mostly positive reviews for this. Again, it's not one I've really checked out, but it's a decent price, and if you want to check it out, you can now play this on GeForce Now. Next up's another game for Steam that came out just a couple of weeks ago on August 29th with Squirrel with a Gun, Squirrel Meet Gun, as the neighborhood's most obnoxious rodent develop a knack or a love for crime and mayhem in pursuit of golden acorns in this nutty sandbox shooter and puzzle platform. I've actually played this one just a little bit, and I've watched a lot of videos and people playing. This game's absolutely insane, and it's kind of what video games are meant to be, just fun to play. And so this is a pretty cool one if you want to pick it up and check it out on GeForce Now. I believe there's a sale on for a little while, but if it's ended, keep an eye out for that on Steam. Next up, we have the game Tyranny, available on the Xbox Microsoft Store. The Gold Edition is the ultimate Tyranny experience and includes every Tyranny expansion and all additional DLC content. Experience a story-driven RPG where your choices mean all the difference in a world conquered by evil. So if you've got that edition on the Microsoft Store, you'll be able to now play that on GeForce Now. And our final game is also over on the Microsoft Store with 13. This is the remake of the cult first-person action game that was initially released in 2003. Inspired by the graphic novel, the game features a completely reinvented and unique cell shading design, and 13 players can also take part in fierce multiplayer fights. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week. That's the 9 games for you on the list. And for me, again, Warhammer's the big one I'm playing since I beat the campaign. I'm doing a lot of operations and leveling up stuff over there. The game really opens up. There's a lot more you can do, and I haven't even dived into the PvP yet. And of course, on the 19th, support for Dead Rising. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out that remaster and diving into that and playing it on GeForce now. All right, guys, thanks a lot for coming and check out the video as always. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.